So I saw this earlier, and it's got the title Andrew Bolt tears into the ABC's obscene fantasy of violence against Gina Reinhardt. Now, forget the fact that in this instance it's Gina Reinhardt, right? What I'm trying to say to you is you've got to start asking yourself these renter mobs that turn up, what's their background? Seriously. That anything, for example, native locals are against, like uncontrolled immigration, there's too much immigration, all the rest of it. No matter where you go, there's these renter mobs that turn up and they're there with the placards, everything's all organised, blah, blah, blah. Who does all that? Where's the funding for it? Who's paying them to be there? And you keep finding certain common denominators. But as I've tried to say for years, really beware of this New Age movement. Seriously. I'd heard about situations even, certainly in the noughties, and I met many as clients. But it wasn't until I was asked to do, as a favour to a friend, security at certain venues, actually in England predominantly, that I started seeing a network. Many of them are connected to universities and all the rest of it, but within the staff and it's in at all levels, and you tend to find also things like the NHS, various councils, employees, etc. Many of them want to be one with nature, but they're literally looking for, in order for this to happen, that the Western civilization has to be destroyed. I mean, I'll leave you a link to this, and under fair use, stopping occasionally for comment, but
it's in areas like...
So ABC's content must be created in a way that is respectful towards audiences and mindful, although that's witchcraft, of community standards in areas like harm and offence. That's ABC's editorial policy. But
harm and offence. So, to the ABC's show, Race Around the World, in which 6 budding filmmakers go from country to country to make short films, which are then shown on that show each week. And contestant Kate McGuinness, well, she's just been in Scotland, where she filmed some random idiot claiming to be some kind of traditional Scottish forest warrior ninja who could teach us to be at one with nature. Oh, and Kate loved this, using sticks in particular, which Kate did think could save us.
Now, before I play the next bit, think about the mindset of these rent mobs turning up to various things, and whoever they're told to hate, that's their next target, all the rest of it, etc. Many of them, I'm not joking you, I saw them at music festivals of all things. And yet, even when I went back up to places like Edinburgh, you actually found them connected with various other things, and that some of them had actually quite a nomadic life between various communities, and they were always at various things, of which they would meet other networked individuals with a goal, a mindset. Many of them buggered off to these various retreats. This is a New Age occult religion of which they believe that the West has to be destroyed to bring in this kind of New Eden. And how is that working out for the rest of us? But think about what this individual says.
The world isn't going to end with a bang. It will just gradually fall apart. And
remember, that's what they're involved in. Whether it's the NHS, councils, you name, whatever organisation, they're absolutely in there. The mindset. All levels.
Society crumbles. These down-to-earth skills may come in handy. Which brings us to our next step.
Honestly, I am seeing other things where certain YouTubers have set up in certain places, Wales being but one example, and it's back with nature and all the rest of it. There's very little to do with common sense. Very little to do with any kind of common sense. And it's the mindset. And you're not dealing with 1% of society here. You're not.
With sticks.
Now, Kate went on with this love and hugs and peace waffle.
And it's so true that, because these people masquerade as Care Bears, they make up most of civil society groups and the third sector, etc.
And then ended it with a message of utter hatred for one woman, a friend of mine, actually, a mining billionaire, Gina Reinhardt.
Because when the revolution comes...
When the revolution comes. That is the mindset of most of the new age. And what most people are... They're almost invisible. Because they look like, hippies. They're in the churches. They're everywhere. They're in your yoga studios. They're in your councils. They're in your community hubs. All more or less softly spoken. Look like Care Bears.
Because when the revolution comes, will you hide under your bed? Or will you know exactly how to shove a stick right up Gina Reinhardt's butthole, stirring it around?
And then all you need to do is insert name. Who do you hate? All the rest of it. And believe me, honestly, most of whatever goes for the right seems to fucking miss this, by the way. Seriously. In some jocularity, you could call them space cadets, but these people are really quite dangerous. Like, it's the mindset. So anyway, Andrew Bolt goes on to say a few other things.
Mixing her guts up nice and smooth.
Think about this. This, honestly.
Stirring it around. Mixing her guts up nice and smooth. Making her into one big sausage roll. To make something out of nothing.
These people are somewhere on that socio-psychopathic scale. Seriously. Honestly.
That obscene and vicious rant, that pornographic vision of violence, which the ABC must have seen in advance, that went to air. The ABC still chose to show it. And of the 4 people on that show, who then were jury and host, just one of them had even a word of mild criticism.
They're right throughout the BBC. They're right throughout many, public broadcasters. The mindset.
And that was ABC presenter Lee Sales.
I really did quite like it. But then I had a bone to pick, which is that you shifted the tone from a film that was kind of universal and including all of us and saying, hey, do you ever feel like nothing? We've all got problems. We're all in this together. And then you backed it in with a very easy kind of nasty gag about Gina Reinhardt. So what you were saying to the viewer was...
And remember, I'll repeat, just insert name. And the cult goes after them.
We're all in this together unless you don't share my politics.
Unless you're Gina Reinhardt.
Seriously. Listen to that. As always, I could do a better job. These are scary people. Yeah? It's the mindsets in the cops. The mindsets in the judiciary. I'm not saying all of them. But many... If you ever wonder why would people native to our countries want to be destroying our countries, you've got to start realizing that there's people, a lot of people with a belief system and a cult religion that is absolutely the destruction of Western values and the reason why we have been so successful up till now. I stutter on it because we've been stuttering as a society for decades. And I'll speak to you soon.